I'm actually going to turn to one question, last question on this concept of service management, which is whether either of you've got any stories about situations where elements of the service management framework weren't right. And it's always good to look at what was going wrong, what was the impact of that going wrong. Do you have any examples, Sumit, from your experience of that happening?
Plenty, but the simplest one I will share with you is on payroll. We've been doing payroll in Tesco for many, many years, long before my time. And when I came in, we were very proud ourselves to say, we are all green and we're delivering 99% payroll accuracy. We are so proud of ourselves. Um, but the questions I always ask, and people said, look, actually, we are 100% because, you know, if the input is wrong from the stores, then what do we do? We
Mm.
are doing our bit right and we are 100%. And this is the typical watermelon syndrome. So one of the things I said was, can you tell me, forget about whose fault it is and who is giving the input, who is not giving the input. Can you tell me how many colleagues are impacted? They said to me around 15, 16,000 colleagues, 20,000 colleagues a month is impacted. I said, this is 20,000, we are a 400,000 people organization. So you can be very proud saying only 20,000 is getting impacted. It's brilliant. Um, but it's unhappy 20,000 colleagues. So how do we fix that? And then we came into the bit where we said, tell you what, we are best in the retail industry. Only 4% end-to-end error because of the input error, etc. I said, that's not good enough. Even 4% is not good. That's still 6,000, 7,000 people. I'm not happy with this. So that we started looking at is let's understand a 2080. Which 20% of the store is delivering 80% of the error? Let's work with the store managers to understand where it's going wrong. Why is the input not coming through? What are the things we can tweak from our process perspective to understand it? Can we give them a call 10 days before kind of the payroll shuts to understand if they've submitted everything they needed to shut? Head office payroll is easy because everything is fixed. But in stores, things are churning, people coming in, out, overtime, less hours. So how do you work with them to understand? And I'm delighted to say today we are what 0.4% or 0.5% error. Retail industry is about 5.5.
Mm.
So am I still happy with that 0.5%? No. We want to get it to as close as possible. But things happen, right? Things are dynamic in a retail world. We have to accept it. But that's, I feel, was the real, service management end-to-end
Mm.
thought process to solve you know, it's not easy. We have 5,000 stores to go around and understand and do detail analysis to figure out. And
Mm.
people in payroll will say, that's not our job. Our job is to pay. I don't care about doing analysis and finding which, but it's the mindset change that you need to bring in to
Mm.
say, we're not going to accept mediocrity. We will accept excellence and we will do whatever analysis to fix the end-to-end problem to get it right.
And that's the service management kicking in that
Yes.
case to like it's not good enough to accept this failing. We have to go and do the thing that we need to do to stop that thing repeating.
Stretch it beyond GBS. Don't think
Yeah.
this is my microcosm and this is where I'm going to work.
Mm.
Your boundary is anything. The whole organization is your boundary.
Mhm.
Go. I mean, you're not, a second class or a third class citizen. You have the same level playing
Yeah.
field. So go and play in that field and ask questions. Be
Yeah.
curious.
Very good.
Maybe one example to add on that from my own experience, which is also in the HR space, where the first time I set up a talent acquisition service, um, it was quite a big step in the company I did that in at the time. Not something that you saw often in the market. Typically, you used Michael Page or Recruiter for talent acquisition. Um, so in order to sort of go careful and cautious in setting it up, I agreed to set up a service sort of in the background and make the HR business partner the interface between the recruiting manager and the talent acquisition service. So there was sort of a three-step model there where um, uh, the recruiting manager had a need, informed the HR business partner, the HR business partner translated it, and handed it over to the talent acquisition service. And it sort of went through those layers up and down. And that was set up like that from as I said, from a cautiousness perspective. The reality, though, turned out that because of that translation in the middle, we didn't get it right on the talent acquisition. Because we didn't quite understand what the recruiting manager really wanted.
Mm.
The communication flow to and from the recruiting manager when it came to the shortlist, when it came to the approach to the talents, wasn't as seamless as it needed to be. It was slow because of the step in the middle. And there with the service framework actually was incorrectly designed. And it took us a while to figure that out and ultimately to take the step to say, no, we're going to have a direct link between talent acquisition and the recruiting manager, and it'll be fine, right? And it actually got to be a lot better than by having the translation in the middle. So
Mm.
that's something we had to learn there.